Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking live on the shores of Sam Chapman Stadium, where we just started the varsity field hockey game, Tamalpais High School versus Convent of the Sacred Heart. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here today at Sam Chapman Stadium. Joining me on the call today is my good friend Derek Scobie.
Hello, Dave.
Hey, Scobes, how are you, bud?
You know, I'm really great. Although this humidity that the Bay Area is experiencing for the last couple of weeks is really foxing me.
It's not. You don't find this type of humidity often in the Bay Area, and certainly not in Scotland, do you, Scobes?
I mean, there's zero humidity in Scotland. I'm a West Coast boy because of the dry heat. 73 and sunny is what I want. I want 10% humidity.
Okay.
So, the big swell that we've got off the Pacific that's causing this can go away anytime it likes.
Well, I think it's going to be with us for a little bit, and perhaps even through the weekend. But it's wonderful to be sitting up here in the Hawks' Nest with you as the Hawks are pressing Convent. Ball goes back to Convent. We may be interchangeably using the name Convent or Sacred Heart. They're both terms that are used to describe the visiting team that's here today playing the Hawks. They're a private Catholic school from San Francisco, but play in our field hockey league. Ball goes back to Tam. That's Quinlan Dayton putting it in. Over to the senior captain, Sarah Cormier. Pushes it down to the freshman, Spencer White. And ball goes back over to Convent. So, Scobes, a beautiful day here on the shores of Richardson Bay. It's probably about 75 degrees here at the time we tip off, although that's probably the wrong term, tip off. What's the term for when the game starts?
Yeah, I mean, they used to call it a bully off, but that's when you used to clash your sticks together and go for it. Okay. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe just the start?
The start of the game.
The start of the game.
That's very good. We'll go to the start of the game. So the Hawks come in with a 4-1-2 record. The Hawks are, thanks to Max Preps, which is a website that puts together the records of teams not only locally, but they actually extrapolate it across the country. Tamalpais High School comes in with the number 2 ranked team in NCS. That's North Coast Sectionals. They're right behind Marin Catholic, who's the number 1 ranked team, who the Hawks tied in their last match at Marin Catholic last week. In the Bay Area, the Hawks are ranked number 4, and in the state, Tamalpais High School varsity field hockey team is ranked the number 14 program in the state. Quite a testament to what the coaches and the program that they've built here at TAM. So the Hawks are pressuring it, tries to center it over to Viron, gets past her. Viron fights for it. Centering pass from Veronica. Ball out. Back to Convent.
Referee finally makes a call. It's going to be Tam's ball.
Oh, it is Tam's. Okay, Tam's ball. Oh, nice centering pass right there by Piper Swift. But the shot just goes right at the cage.
But great to see Sarah get a stick on that. I think that's the kind of play that we'd be missing in some of our games, to have something which is really direct and goes to goal. So more of that, please, Tam.
Absolutely. Convent comes into this match 2-3-1. They're sort of the middle of the pack right now. But as I was speaking to my daughter this morning, she thinks they're an underrated team, and Tam, I can assure you, is not taking Convent lightly. I know, Scobes, before the game, you and I were looking around to see, have we been able to yet determine the mascot for Sacred Heart?
Well, there's a paw.
There's a paw. Okay.
And, I mean, it's a very cute paw. And I wonder, they may be another wildcat, or they may be a bear.
Okay.
Well,
I think before the end of the telecast, hopefully, we're going to figure. You know what? You know what the internet tells us? The internet teaches that it's the Convent Cubs.
There we go.
All right. That would make sense for that paw right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did say it was a cute paw.
Really cute little paw. So a long shot from way outside, deflected out, and that's going to be Convent ball.
As a reminder to folks back home, you're not allowed to score from a direct shot from outside the half circle. So really what you're looking for there is a tip-on.
Okay.
Right, so it's a good place. You want to hit the ball in hard and see if you can get a stick on it. It's hard to defend when it's coming in fast.
Kind of like in ice hockey, sometimes you see that play.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So Quinlan, inbounding ball for the Hawks. Brings it back, sends it forward, intercepted by Sacred Heart. We do have Sacred Heart's numbers today, so we're going to do our best to give you some Convent Sacred Heart names, similar to Morgan Miller, who just dribbled the ball out of bounds for Convent Cubs. So Lucy Lowry is going to bring it in for the Hawks. Lucy's a senior, four-year field hockey player. There's the freshman. Oh, excuse me, the sophomore, Piper Swift. Gets it up to Scobie. Scobie with some nifty stick work. Forwards up. Nice pass to Viron, who's got a breakaway. Shot on goal by Viron. Blocked by the Sacred Heart goalie. What a pass and shot on goal there, Scobes.
I think that the Hawks are showing some nice creativity in their attacking movements the early parts of this game.
Absolutely. That was just beautiful. And so for those of us who are not as familiar, Veronica was ahead, and in soccer that might be considered to be offsides, but we don't have that call in field hockey, do we?
That's correct. No offside. You can goal hang all you like.
There's another shot. Oh. There's a shot. There's a scrum out in front. Piper Swift, the shot on goal. Sarah digging away. Oh. So back over to Sacred Heart. I like the energy so far here in the first half of the first quarter, Scopes.
I like it a lot. I know they've been working on just getting more variation in their attack. I know that's been a plan for them. And certainly like the first few attacking moves of this game have suggested that it's paying off.
Absolutely. Back over to Sacred Heart. You're going to think that on a hot day like this, we might be seeing more substitutions than sometimes we've traditionally have for some hot games. If it's hot up in here in the Hawks nets, it's even hotter down on the field. Oh, another shot on goal, just wide. Back to Convent. Convent sends it off to the right, looking to bring it up the side. Oh, I think that was off Convent. That's going to be a TAM ball. Lucy quickly inbounds the ball, sends it up to Viron. What was that called there, Scopes?
Foot.
Foot? Oh,
I think that as Viron turned to try and let the ball go past it, unfortunately caught the back of her foot.
Is that right? Okay.
Slowly getting my hang of the umpire's call signals, which is something I probably should have done a little bit of research on.
Yep.
But they do this nifty little lifting foot maneuver when the ball hits their foot.
Oh, is that's an indication of a foot?
That's right.
Okay. So there's Piper. Piper across to Quinlan. Quinlan battling. There we go. Met nicely by number. Couldn't catch a number there. So, we have our first first corner for Convent.
I think the TAM defense were caught a little flat there, and then the cross ball caught a foot.
Okay.
A good crowd here today in the Sam Chapman Stadium, swelled by the JV team who don't have a game against Convent today, so they are all in the stands cheering on their counterparts.
So their Convent brings it in, swings it around, puts a shot on goal. Blocked by the TAM defense, who sends it up. This TAM defense, and in particular, the goaltending by sophomore Sierra Duncan this season has been absolutely outstanding.
Outstanding.
Unbelievable.
And we have a double Duncan situation in the booth here, with Dad Duncan on the score and Mum Duncan on camera.
Very nice. Well, thanks to the Duncan family for goaltending, filming, and manning the scoreboard. So here's Viron pushing up the far left, turns on her speed, turns the corner, looking for a centering pass. She gets it over to Spencer White in front of the goal, but stolen away by Convent. But just as quickly, there's Viron. Looks like it's going to be a TAM ball.
Incredible run there by Viron. Great to see her lifting the ball and then using her speed, getting into space. A little unlucky with a centering pass. Just couldn't quite get the space for a shot.
Looks like Coach Ed is going to call the first time out of the game here. So with 3:36 left to play, with 3:33 left to play here in the first quarter, we have no score. You'd have to say that the majority of this first quarter has been dominated by TAM, putting pressure and shots on goal. But thus far, the Hawks have been unable to find pay dirt. And while, we are really blessed here in the Hawks Nest right now, not only am I calling the game with the current president of the TAM Boosters, Derek Scobie, we have his predecessor, the former president of TAM Boosters, Darren Firestein. Darren, welcome back to TAM. How are you?
Thank you, Dave. It's nice to have the headset on. I gotta say, I miss being in the booth.
Well, I know you did. So Darren was known for he's known for a lot of things. He was our past Boosters president and did a number of wonderful things for all of our sports programs here at TAM. But in particular, Darren's kids played baseball, and Darren was known, along with a couple of his partners, Ryan Simon, Mark Simpson, some others, to be the voice of the Hawk baseball team.
The voice of Hawk baseball for a couple of years.
How do you think the Hawks baseball team is going to look here, D-Fire, now with a lot of graduating seniors?
They're going to be young. They're going to be young. It's going to be tough. They lost a lot of their pitching. They lost, I think, 7 of their 9 starters. So it's going to be a young team. There might be some growing pains, but there's a lot of talented players remaining, and the coaching staff is – kind of the best in MCAL, in my opinion. So they're lucky to have them.
Well, they lost coaching, and I know they lost a quality coach, and so it's nice to hear that they still have a lot of depth in the program to be able to pick it up.
That's they are very lucky that way.
So here we go.
Wait, am I supposed to be calling this? Because I don't really know what's going on.
You sure can. Yeah, Darren, if you don't know, only has 2 boys and really knows nothing about field hockey. But here the Hawks are putting pressure. Oh, and the Hawks are going to get their first short corner.
Yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, so
I feel like Boban in that Geico commercial. It's like he bounces the ball. He bounces the ball. He's bouncing the ball.
Yeah, I think sometimes we sound that way as well.
Probably.
But no, this is Darren, just to educate you and those folks at home who aren't familiar with this next play is called a short corner. Similar, kind of akin in soccer to maybe a corner, like a corner kick. Not so much. Derek's not buying as much. Yeah, a little bit.
Halfway between a corner and a penalty.
It's halfway between a corner and a penalty, according to Derek Scobie.
Yeah. So Tam sends it over to Piper. Piper over to the freshman, over to the sophomore.
That was a beautiful pass.
Shots on goal. This Convent goalie has been very busy thus far. We're going to have to set up for a short corner. What was the call there, Scopes, for the short corner?
It was a
kick,
foot.
Foot. Is the proper term kick or foot? Foot.
Like footy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foot.
So
Not football. Not footy.
So
Never
Darren,
mind.
just
Never mind.
Just from the glow of him, Darren looks like he just came off of a golf course somewhere. How'd it go out there, Fire?
No, that might be a falsehood, Dave.
Okay.
I just always am glowing anytime I come into the booth.
As we're staring across at your employer's banner, parallel advice.
Oh,
so shot on goal. Oh, scrambling. And it's going to be another short corner. Tam is really knocking on the door right now. This is exciting stuff. Although this Convent goalie needs to be acknowledged as turning everything away thus far.
Are you allowed to fall on the ball like that? Because it felt like that was the penalty. Got it. Yeah, that didn't look like it is something that shouldn't be going on. Hopefully the folks at home are learning something
So Vari
too.
Scobie sends it over to Spencer. Spencer back over to Piper Swift with the shot.
Oh.
That shot finds air, and the goalie turns it away. So plaudits to the Convent goalie for really withstanding an impressive offensive onslaught by the Hawks. There's Vari who steals the ball, and there's Lucy. Lucy with the centering, trying to move it forward. Gets it over. That's Sarah Cormier, the senior captain. Vari centers it.
Oh, beautiful pass.
There's V-Ron down at the bottom battling. And it's back to Convent.
I'm getting the sense that the color job in this booth, it might be the easiest job in sports, by the way.
Why is that?
What?
Why is that?
Because the play-by-play guy just does such a phenomenal job.
No. It's a team effort. So there's Lucy, steals it back for the Hawks, gets it over to Sarah. Sarah up to Dayton. Dayton battles with Spencer White, but it goes back to Convent. So, the ball. Shot. There's a shot, and it trickles out of bounds. And with that ball going out of bounds, so too will be the end of the first quarter. And so, even though I think we both agree, Scopes, that it was an impressive. They put a lot of impressive pressure on the Convent Cubs. The score, nonetheless, after one is 0-0. What do you think? What do you think the Hawks need to do here in the second quarter?
Well, I think they keep the offensive pressure up. I think there's been lots of great variation. We've had corners that have gone close. We've had straight balls that have gone close. We've had line balls that have gone close. I think they need to show a little bit more composure in front of goal. I think we're taking one too many touches. Okay. I think they want to get themselves set too much. I think they need to just have confidence and go for the first-time shot.
Love it.
Touch and a shot.
Love it.
I think that if they do that, they're not going to let the goalies get set. They're not going to let the defense get on top of them.
Well, it's a veritable who's who here up in the Hawks Nest today. We now have Scott Chample joining us here in the booth. Scott, how are you today?
Good, man. Tough first quarter, huh?
We had a lot of opportunities, lots of chances. The offense was putting a lot of pressure, but the goalie in that Convent defense thus far has been able to withstand all the Hawk offensive efforts. Yeah, she really has. Scott's been spent his time up here on the Hawks Nest. My understanding, Scott called a game not too long ago, a football game not too long ago.
Yeah, Tam Hawks versus SI.
Okay, how'd that one end?
Not well.
Okay.
That was a
Well,
tough outing for the Hawks.
if you're a Hawk fan, probably SI is always a formidable opponent. Certainly.
They were big and fast.
Well, the SI is the only team that the Tam High Hawk field hockey team has lost to thus far, and they're an impressive sports program. You know, all sports throughout: football, basketball, lacrosse, what have you.
Yeah, that was a 3-0 game. They played well.
Okay, yeah. The field hockey game.
Hockey lost.
Yeah.
Even at 3-0 was pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
See what they got in their bag here to try to get a couple goals.
Well, you know, you see Coach Megan. Coach Megan is leading the quarter break right now, and she's sitting encouraging the girls. You know, I like the energy and the shots on goal that they had. Hopefully, we can just get a little bit more of that, and we can find some pay dirt. One that can't be on here, I'm saying.
Dave.
Yeah, we're back here at the start of the second quarter. Again, it's a 0-0 score. We've switched. No, we've not switched sides. Excuse me.
No, we only switch at halftime, and I think the reason for that is that field hockey is really played in 2 halves.
Okay.
But the American high school version plays in 4 quarters. I don't know why, but they only switch sides after the half.
Traditionally in Europe, this is how it's played. Okay, very good, interesting. Okay,
Let's go, Viron. You'll make that. Yeah,
she
is fast.
gets
Look
down
at that.
to it. Viron battling. Viron really plays that left. What would the position be called?
Left wing.
Left wing. She, as a righty, obviously it'd be much easier to play on the right hand side, especially in light of the fact that in field hockey you're not allowed to use the backside of the stick. Is that correct?
It's aggressively anti-left-hander.
Yeah. They don't make left-handed
no left-handed sticks. No.
Yeah.
And you can play left-handed, but you got to turn the stick round. So you're not allowed to hit the ball with the back side of the stick.
Right.
A back stick would be a foul.
Okay, got it. So here comes Convent pushing, and quickly met by Lauren Townsend. Yeah.
She's had a great season so far.
Lauren and her family has had a long lineage here in field hockey,
and we'll continue with Reese, her little sister, in JV right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think they have 4 daughters who are going to be coming through the program.
Just an important note there. When the Convent player played the free hit, it was adjudged that the TAM player moved too quickly towards her. So we've been given a warning. So if we do that again, the person that does it will see a green card.
Oh, green card. So that'll have them come to the side and sit down for 2 minutes?
That's right. And so what they do is they give each team 1 warning, because otherwise the teams could use it as a way of delaying game or a way of essentially like removing the advantage that they got from the free hit.
Got it.
It's like the Mike Pereira of field hockey, basically.
Enough to be dangerous, Darren. But this all comes from, breakfast chats with Coach Iona and Vari.
Well,
they know so much more than I.
Yeah,
Great play there by the Hawks, moving the ball really quickly.
Why a green card, not a red card?
So it's a lesser foul, so you get less time on the bench. And then you can get many green cards, whereas a yellow card and a red card, like in soccer, leads to an ejection. And it tends to be that yellow cards are only given for violent conduct or dangerous play.
How many different color cards are there, Scopes? There's a green, there's a red,
and a yellow. Yeah.
Okay. And a green, red, and a yellow. Kind of like a stoplight.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that green is 2 minutes out. I think the yellow is 5 minutes out, and then red's an ejection.
Really nice play right there by
that was beautiful.
By Lowry. So Viron battling. And another foot. Nice interception right there by Josie Stout. Stout with some nifty stick work. Sends it down to Viron, but it looks like it's out on was it out on?
Yeah, the Convent player, I think she probably could have left that. So Tam's going to retain possession. So we've got some rotation in here. We have Kaylin in, and we have Josie in.
Yep.
And we have Chloe in over on the right-hand side.
Nice depth for the Hawks to be able to call upon on a hot day like this. There's Piper Swift sending it back in, battling. Over to Viron.
I would say this program is now stacked with talent. Dave?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I've got to say, I've been watching this program now since my oldest daughter first came through it, although she didn't last very long. And the quality of field hockey that's coming out of Tampa. There's a firing shot! Oh, just beautiful pass in there by, I think it was Arwen. And Arwen got it to Viron, who just put the shot on just left of the cage. But back to the depth of the program and to the heights that we've gotten to. I mean, really, and really we have to thank the likes of Iona Scobie and Ed Cordes and Robin Ackley and Megan Fontaine and everyone who's been here. We've had consistency in coaching, and that I think has been a huge thing. There's a centering pass. Sends it back over to Viron. Viron. Shot on goal by Stout. And it's a short corner for the Hawks. But again, as I was mentioning before, this program has really, not like it was in the depths, but it every single year they make these new different goals of where they want to get to. And I remember just a couple years ago, some of these goals seemed so far out of reach. And frankly, today, those same goals that they had have been since eclipsed. Beating teams like Marin Catholic and Redwood, and it's really been incredible to watch. Passes it up. There's Chloe. Oh, no. Oh, that goalie's having a heck of a game. Back to Tam.
You can't forget is the Tam Boosters contribution.
You cannot. That's really, you know what, Scott? Thank you for that wonderful segue. We do, as I'm sure you know, have a current and the former presidents sitting here in the Hawks Nest with us. And the Tam Boosters, if you look on the far side of the field and you look at all of the banners adorning the fence, those are businesses in the community that help support Tam Sports. We'll get to talk more about that at the half, but you're right, Scott. Tam Boosters makes a huge difference in terms of getting and we get another short corner for the Hawks, getting all of the equipment and being able to field the depth and breadth of sports that we have at all ages and genders here at Tam High. And it really is thanks to all the boosters. And, you know, in addition to those businesses that have banners flying, we have many, many families in the stands who have made their booster donations. So thank you, families, for the booster donations. And if you haven't had an opportunity to do so, we'll talk a little bit more at half about how you can go about doing that. But back here to the action at Sam Chapman Stadium, the short corner, there's Swift battling for it. Shot on goal, and the Hawks find the first goal in the back of the net. What do you think, Scobes?
That was amazing. Great fight there. Great fight there from Spencer.
What's the potential conversation here?
I have no idea.
What colorably might they be arguing and talking about at this point in time? No goal. They're calling the goal off.
No.
We're going to look for we're going to look for an explanation from the referee. So it looks like indeed they are calling off the goal. So Convent dodges yet another bullet. All right, here we go. Oh, that was a missed foot by the ref. That was clearly a Spencer shot squarely hit the Convent defender, but nonetheless, Tam will be getting another short corner. Derek, explain to me and our viewers what the call was when they called off that goal there.
So the umpire called that Spencer had dangerously lifted the ball and basically was looking for it to have hit the backboard, which it didn't do. However, that's actually only a rule directly from the shot from a penalty here, which is obviously far out. And so I think the referee has got that call very wrong.
Incorrect. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she was only a yard or so out. She has lifted the ball over the goalie's pad. Otherwise, there's really no opportunity to score.
So that would only have been improper if it had been right off of the pass from the corner?
So right off the pass from the corner, you're basically not allowed to aerial the ball really hard and fast. It's got to hit the backboard from that corner.
Okay.
But that is not the case from a regular field play.
Interesting. Well, tough break for the Hawks, but they're not going to put their heads down. Tam's still pushing. Here's Lucy Lowry bringing it in. There's Swift. Swift to Alexander. Alexander. Oh.
So the Convent player stepped across Alexander, which is by default obstruction, and then was called for a push.
Got it. There's Dayton battling. and comes away with it. Pushes the ball up, across the 50. Vari. There's over to Spencer.
Oh, so close.
So close. There's Dayton. Dayton up to White.
Hit the line, get it over.
Spencer sends
Cut
it
back to there.
back over. Back to Convent. And just as quickly, the ball comes back to the Hawks. So there's the senior, Quinlan Dayton, a great field hockey player. And this isn't even her best sport, is it, Scopes?
No, she's a D1 committed lacrosse player.
And she'll be playing for the Aggies next year up at Davis?
That's exactly right. She will be playing for the Aggies up there in Davis.
Amazing. How exciting. Love to see where all these kids go. It'd be fun to see some, I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the near future we have some Hawks that are going to be playing field hockey, hopefully at the collegiate level. Are you aware of any that are playing right now, Scopes?
I don't know any. I think that Harper Fox did go to play club field hockey at
Vandy?
Wake Forest.
Or Wake Forest. Okay.
Demon Deacons.
Got it. Great. Okay. So Convent sends it in. So these Convent offensive players are going to probably have plenty of energy as the ball is spent most of the time on the Hawks' offensive side. There's Vari Scobie sending it up to Sarah Cormier. Sarah with some nice stick work. Keeps it in. Sarah looking for a pass. Centers it, but intercepted by Convent. But there is Dayton stepping up to keep it in the Hawk possession. Josie over to Vari. Vari up to Sarah. Sarah with the centering pass. There's Spencer with the shot. Defended. Back over to Convent. Certainly is a game. Our former president, Darren Firestein, looking at my notes. There's a centering pass by the Hawks. Vari battling. Sends it to Sarah. Sarah centers it. Stout. And wow. The Convent goalie spreads out and saves yet another TAM offensive onslaught. So, with just about 3 minutes left to play here in the first half, it's still 0-0 between Convent and TAM. Vari pushing it up the left side. Lucy keeping it in. Lucy centers it to Piper. Back over to Convent. Nice play by Piper Swift. And we have another foot. So, Scopes, because this Convent team, I'm assuming that because they don't have a JV team, this team is made up of entirely probably freshmen all the way through seniors. Is that right?
I expect so. I mean, I don't know what the attendance level is at Convent, what the number is, but I guess it's pretty small, and so, yeah.
Stout and Vari battling. Vari sends it up the right side, looking for Spencer. There's Savannah Hauk. Savannah up to Spencer. Spencer pushes right with her speed, passes the defender, looks for the centering pass, gets it over to Stout. Stout, look at beautiful passing right there. And the shot and a goal! Can you tell who that was, Scopes?
Let's have a look.
All right, we're going to go to the replay. But in the meantime, the Hawks, with 1:22 left to play in the first quarter, after many, many shots on goal, finally find the back of the net. It's legal this time, and the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
I think that it was Spencer that got the final tip in. Great work from Sarah, who I think managed to squeeze it past the defender, and Spencer made sure of the goal.
So that's the sophomore, Spencer White, number 5. Spencer spent some time, as I understand it, training in field hockey this summer over in Scotland. Is that right, Scopes?
That's right. She was but 9 miles from the Scobie family home.
Is that right?
Yeah. They were in St Andrews. We come from a less wonderful and ancient town close by.
Okay. Do we have any Scobie family listening from over in Scotland right now, or
We
perhaps
will
later?
do. Vary's Uncle Ewan will be in Edinburgh. He works late, and he will be up for this one.
Oh, another
off the
shot
pipe.
on goal off the right pipe. So, goes over to Convent. Wow. So thanks to the miracle of TamTV, Derek's family back home in Scotland will later be able to watch this exciting match here in San Francisco, or in Marin County in particular. But we'll talk a little bit more about TamTV at halftime as well. So with just a few seconds left here in the first half, Tam gets another shot. Oh, there's Sarah. Put the shot on goal, and with 6 seconds left to play, the senior Sarah Cormier with some nifty stick work takes her time, pulls back the shot, and finds the back of the cage.
Let's look at that one again. So this is a much more direct attack from Tam, coming straight in. Sarah does really well to pull the ball back, give herself some space to find the far corner.
So, with about 6 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Clock.
So, and there's the horn to end the first half. And so after one half of play, it's a Tamalpais Red Tail Hawks 2, the Convent of the Sacred Heart Cubs, nothing.
All right.
We were, I have to say that Convent, even though they're down by 2 scores, I think they need to be pretty happy to be only down by a pair at this point in time, Scopes.
I think that Tam had a lot of pressure and spent a lot of time in their third of the field. I think that that's been something they've really wanted to work on. So they certainly had that level of pressure. And great that we came away with a couple of late goals. But, Convent soaked up pretty well through the rest of the half.
Yep. Yes, they did. So at half, we want to talk a little bit more about that boosters program. Look at that number 71, the goalie for Convent of the Sacred Heart. Her name is Layla Grace Dixon. And Layla Grace had one heck of a first half, turning away many a Hawk shot. But again, back to halftime here. We have a short little 5-minute break. We have a little opportunity to talk about TAM boosters, and we're going to do so right now because it is so important to the TAM sports program. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we have our former president, Darren Firestein, here, and we have our current president, Derek Scobie. Darren's children have graduated on. Tito Firestein is at Wisconsin. Jack Firestein playing club baseball at the University of Oregon. And Derek has now taken over the reins as the president. So, Derek, just explain to the TAM, our audience, how the funding for sports works at TAM High.
Well, look, we're a large school and we want to have as many people taking part in athletics as possible. That number actually floats around about 50% of the school body. So like 850 kids will participate in a sport across the year. So it's a hugely important part of the students' experience. It's obviously a hugely important part of the community's experience as well, in the way that our alumni and that our local businesses and that everybody can enjoy sports at TAM.
Yeah.
But that needs funding, and we don't have enough that comes from the school itself. So Boosters raises money, around about half of all the money required by the athletics department to run the teams they run across a given year. And that money pays for things like equipment, it pays for uniforms, it pays for coaching, it pays for facility upgrades. And, in many cases, we are making up for funding that was not secured elsewhere, like, tax measures aren't passed, and so we have to make, temporary upgrades to our fields, etc. Yeah. So it's absolutely vital this money comes in. The money comes comes in part through donations from the athletes and their families, and we're absolutely thankful to every single dollar that comes in from that, and from our business partners. And so you'll see a wide array of businesses that are on our website, they're on our fence, and they're always in our hearts, our business partners.
Yeah, we talk about, the depth and breadth of sports. Not too long ago when field hockey started at TAM, we had one field hockey team, and now much, and thanks due in large part both to the interest of the students, the ability and the volunteering of coaches, but also of the ability of TAM boosters to sponsor it. We now have 2 field hockey teams, this varsity team you're watching right now and a JV team, and that's similar in other sports as well. Isn't that right, Scopes?
That's totally right. And if you just think about what Boosters has helped invest in, we've replaced the goals, several $1,000s worth of investment required in those. You can't really play this game without its own goals. We've helped support, improve the sticks that the players use. Hitting that ball is hard. I would ask anybody to go and try and hit a field hockey ball. It's hard. It's made easier with sticks that have higher degrees of carbon in them. We've now got higher carbon sticks here. They have their uniforms, and we have their goalie kits. The goalie kits themselves are thousands of dollars worth. And
wear out. I remember last season in the mid-season we had to go out and get a new goalie set because the fact that
we didn't really have the cover we needed. So they're the kinds of things that we're doing for field hockey and for all the programs to make sure that they can go on and play to the best of their ability, unencumbered by poor equipment, but also safely. Those goalies take quite a pounding in field hockey, so they need all those pads.
Well, so the ask is $250 per player per season of sports. So, for example, if your child plays field hockey and lacrosse, the official ask is $500. But again, anything you can donate helps, and we truly appreciate all the donations that have already been made by all the families out there. Field hockey's doing a great job. We've had a really great response so far here in the fall sports season. We still do need those families who have not yet had an opportunity to make their booster donation to do so. But we really thank you to the generosity of all those families and all those businesses so that we can do things like, for example, talk to Scobes' family member way back in Scotland right now and show him his niece playing live on Sam Chapman Stadium.
Amazing. And then later on, we might have a little chat about the TAM Athletics Hall of Fame that's coming up. We've got some really exciting news about that, about the event, and also about the support that we're getting from the local business community for the TAM High Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Well, this is, we have a few seconds. The Hall of Fame is starting for the first time ever. TAM High has not had a Hall of Fame in the 100-plus years that the school's been in existence. Excuse me. And we'll talk a little bit more about it, but it's very exciting to be bringing in our inaugural Hall of Fame class. We'll tell you a little bit more about that. But here we are at the start of the second half. Convent starts with the ball. The TAM is now going from left to right and with a 2-goal lead. There's Lucy Lowry looking for Piper. Back over to Convent.
Scott Jample leaving the booth because Ali's on. We've got to go.
Absolutely, it does. And Scott, we're going to thank Scott. Scott's company, Sausalito Liquors. They're a great benefactor to TAM Boosters as well as many other organizations throughout Mill Valley. And we appreciate all the support Scott and his family and business.
We absolutely do.
Give to TAM High.
So we've got Ali Jample who's come on. She's going to play right wing. We have Spencer going through the middle now, and we have Sarah out on left wing. So we're mixing up a little up front, which I think is great. I want to see some variation in there. Great ball across to Piper. Excellent first touch by Piper.
Piper pushes it up to AJ, as they call her. AJ pushing right. Ali Jample put the shot on goal.
Corner.
Oh, we're going to get our first short corner of the second half.
So Ali Jample making an immediate impact. She did great to great to control the ball that came off a deflection, and I think she did exactly the right thing, which is put the ball towards the goal, and that puts the defence under pressure. We've got players like Spencer White. We've got so much skill. Put the defender under pressure, and she caught a foot, and we will have a penalty corner here in the first couple of minutes of the third quarter.
So as Vari lines up to do a short corner, how many different I assume we have some set plays for short corners. How many different plays do you think that the Hawks have?
Yeah, we have like maybe 4 or 5 different plays, and it's important to have variation. That's a great hit.
Oh, what a shot by Sarah Cormier, but it's turned away. Picked back up by Dayton. Dayton battling to keep it in the Hawks' end. Ball goes out. Oh, no. Back over to Convent.
That was a fantastic insert from Vari Scobie. Great stop. Great stop and shot from Sarah. Huge deflection off the goalie. I'm surprised they didn't call that for dangerous. Actually, because usually
the Cormier shot.
Yeah, because usually any aerial deflection from the goalie results in another corner, but they didn't call it for whatever reason, and we were unlucky not to get the ball back in.
Okay.
Here's Vari. She finds a player back.
Vari sends it back to Lucy. Lucy battling, and ball stays with Convent.
Referee asking them to take it back because the ball has to be stopped. They can basically self-start. They don't have to wait for a whistle, but they do have to stop the ball back where the foul occurred.
Okay, so Convent pushing right. Met by Townsend. Gets through. There's Piper Swift back over to Convent ball. So this is Claire Gunning sending it in for the Cubs. And just as quickly, met by Vari Scobie. Ball goes out of bounds.
Tam ball.
So the beautiful Redwoods cast their powerful shadows across Sam Chapman Stadium.
I'm really pleased to have those shadows come over me first, Dave.
I've noticed the perspiration dissipate a little bit as we've.
That's correct.
As we've had both a 2-goal score and the temperature drops here in the Hawks' Nest. So, Scopes, am I correct that up until the last game, the Hawks gave up their first goal in the last game against Marin Catholic, and prior to that, there had been no goals scored against the Hawks in regular matches, other than the loss at Sesai. Excuse me. So
yeah. Let's just say that I was an exhibition opportunity.
I sort of feel like it is not a league game, out of league match.
I do think that the Hawks' defense has been stellar this year. Sierra's been immense. I think that Zoe and Lauren as our fullbacks have been really great as our starting fullbacks, as have the others that have come in. Piper and then our halfbacks have done a great job. Here comes one. Quinlan,
nice job by
getting the ball in.
Quinlan keeps it in for the Hawks. Ball over to Convent. Now the ball kept. So that's what just happened right there. The ball kept moving, so they're going to call it back. Does it have to come to a complete stop before?
A complete stop. You just have, as the player, you need to have it in the right spot, and you need to stop the ball.
Okay, so there's Spencer White. And there's Hauk. Hauk sends it in. Kept in by Piper. Hauk. Quinlan.
I think Kira McCarthy's been a player that's seen tremendous improvement since last season. She's always had the hustle and the athleticism, and I think now her field awareness, Her IQ and her playing style on the field, too, are just massively up. It's great to see.
Absolutely love it.
Kira's one.
Oh, Kira's one. Okay.
Kira's one, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have 3 ones listed on our on our
roster.
sheet. Sorry.
So apologies if we're calling out the wrong name. There's Piper. Piper steals it and sends it back in for the Hawks. Cleaned up by Spencer. Vari down to Cormier. Cormier, nice little nifty pass, finds AJ. AJ up to Spencer. Spencer in front of the cage, looking to get a shot off. Up, back over to Convent. What's the call there when they put their arms to the side, look like they're a bird there, Scopes?
The arms to the side. The arms to the side means that it's a defense's ball, but she lifted her leg to say it was a foot. Yeah, and the defense.
So arms waving to the side like a bird means that the ball's going to go to the defense.
Yeah, and then bringing their arm across their body means it's going to go to the offense.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for all these new tips that we're learning for me and for everyone at home.
One thing, yeah.
And I think Ada Poletica came in, the junior.
She did, yeah.
So Ada sends it. Oh, no. Little confusion out on the field. Not sure what's going on, but Lucy takes it. Looking for Ada. And a reset.
So just so folks know, so when you're in the scoring area, you need to move the ball 5 yards, or you need to make a short pass before you're allowed to put it into the box, which is why Lucy was looking for Ada as opposed to just trying to get it forward into the box.
Understood. Okay. That makes sense. Well, Convent gets it and has a bit of a fast break, but just as quickly met by Piper Swift.
That was a great tackle by Piper. And, she gave away a foul, but I think she broke up play and prevented the fast break.
There's a foot. Back to Convent.
We have Mercedes Chong is in the game, number 6.
Yep, Mercedes coming in, so we're getting a number of different players into the game. Convent sends it in, and it's going to go back to Tam. Stolen away by Convent. Convent looking for a little bit of offense, but Piper is there to quash any effort. Sends it up. What's the call there?
So she's played a ball that's gone above knee height, and it's very close to the player in front of her. So that's been called as like a dangerous hit.
Got it. The refs certainly are calling it tight today, wouldn't you say, Scopes?
No, I think that was probably right. I mean,
I
think that aerial balls are absolutely allowed, but there's it's really important that both like where you play the aerial from is clear of players, and also where you play the ball to is clear of players. And so I think the ref called it correctly there.
The goal being to not have aerial balls in the direction of where a defender might be standing.
That's right.
Got it.
I can't quite remember what the actual space is, but for instance, you could play an aerial ball that like lands in a place which has plenty of space within it, or is going to one of your own players within space.
Okay.
But you can't put it into an area where there's multiple players standing.
Makes sense.
It's tricky because I think what the coaches want, on both sides want, is they want to get the ball off the ground because it's harder to defend. It's harder to get your stick on a ball that's bouncing or it's moving in the air. But trying to keep that below knee height is really the plan for those kinds of clears.
Right. Nice defensive play in there by Vari. And ball looks like it's going to come back to the Hawks.
That's a great ball through from Spencer White.
Really impressed with the sophomores' play, Scopes. So here's Vari looking for a pass. Okay, Scobie gets it back. Way to keep the ball in, Scobie. Scobie over to Sarah. Scobie up to Piper. Piper splits the defense. Looks for a pass down. Keeps going. Oh. I like the pressure. There's Paoletti. Good hustle by Piper. Contested by number 10, Lucy Lowry. Is that Lowry?
No, it's
excuse me,
16. Kalen.
Kalen.
Yeah, it was a really great
Alexander.
tackle. Nice play from Piper.
Paoletti comes out. In comes number 4, Ava Lanigan. Ava's also a sophomore. Really nice depth throughout the ranks for the Hawks.
Well, I think what you're starting to see is the increase in club play is really starting to show in many of the teams.
Yeah.
So there's a number of club teams across the Bay Area now. When we first got this started, the Rippers team in Marin was very small. That's like now a multi-year program.
It's funny when I remember Rippers being a lacrosse program, and now it seems to be an entirely a field hockey program. And my God, look what the cat drug in. Do we have a guess for the ages? And when I say ages, I mean the ages. My dad, 81-year-old Scott Harris, has made his way up to the Hawks Nest. Wow, Scott, how are you?
Well, it's quite a scene up here, folks. The weather's perfect. It's a mellow Mill Valley afternoon.
Certainly is.
And to see these kids doing the kind of job they are, it really inspires you.
Well, Dad, it's inspiring for me to see you make the one-story climb up here to the Hawks Nest. It was like you were standing on the Hillary Step and summited Everest.
I may need some help back down.
Well, you know what? Why don't you just sit in the corner and we'll carry you down afterward at the end. No, here you
There
go.
you
Dad, here you go. Well, that's Lila Harris's grandfather, Scott Harris. Scott's been a TAM parent and now a TAM grandparent for nearly 40 years. All right. So, with just about a minute left to play here in the third quarter, Jample pushes right, met by Convent. Oh, that's not Jample, excuse me. That's number 4, Ava Lanigan. Ava pushes it up the right side. That she keeps it in. Yep, absolutely. And it's a TAM ball. So, Dad, I don't know if you've seen the beautiful view of Richardson Bay and the shores of San Francisco Bay from the Hawks Nest. That's what we call this, the Hawks Nest.
I see those Nelson waters over there.
Oh, ball's in front of the goal. That's Sarah Cormier looking for a shot.
Back here. That's right.
Lanigan puts
That's
one
off the
on.
foot.
There's Sarah. Putting a shot on. There's AJ. Oh, but Convent's able to almost get it to clear. Nope. There's Piper Swift keeps it in for the Hawks. Some real nice stick work there by Mercedes Chong. And it goes back over to Convent. So after 3 quarters of play, the score remains 2-0 TAM. Once again, TAM putting on an offensive show, but once again, TAM not able to find the back of the net there in the third quarter, Scopes.
No, but plenty of great pressure. I think that in the first half we actually saw Convent make a few offensive strides and we dealt with them well defensively. I think this time we really kept the pressure on them.
Yeah.
Didn't quite have like the final ball. But love to see like all the offensive effort.
Absolutely. So, Scopes, while we have an opportunity, let's talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame that's starting. I know that we're going to have an inaugural Hall of Fame event. When is that taking place, and how do people buy tickets in order to participate?
Well, it's exciting. It's going to be on October 11th, which I think is the same Saturday as the homecoming game.
Yes.
At that game, we will also have a pep band for the first time in many years.
A pep band. Wow.
That's pretty exciting.
Where's the pep? Where are we getting the pep band?
From the TAM.
From the
TAM
student body.
Yeah, student body.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's going to be awesome. them. And so we'll be over in the Tam Valley Community Centre, and we're going to recognise a range of athletes from Tam's very beginning. So this is the first time we'll do this. And, the first thing we'll do is we'll recognise 62 legends from the decades from 1960 all the way back to Tam's founding. And there's some incredible stories that you'll get to hear about of, folks famous, but also folks who were famous in their day. Yeah. So we'll hear from them. We'll then induct 2 folks from each decade from that point. So 12 inductees, athletes, coaches, and teams. And we're going to hear from many of them. We're going to hear about all of them. We'll see and meet with many of them. And we're going to permanently remember them through this Hall of Fame.
It's amazing that with the long history that Tam High has, we don't yet have a Hall of Fame. I'm a Tam graduate in 1990, and I recognize a couple of the names that are going to be inducted, and it's exciting. It's exciting to see this finally coming about. My understanding is about half the tickets have already been sold, but half are still available online.
I don't think that's right. I think we've sold many more than half the tickets.
More than half.
So you best get going if you want to get a ticket for this thing. This is going to be a hot number.
It is going to be a hot number.
And I just want to say a big shout out to Blue Anchor Construction, who have come in as one of our major sponsors. They confirmed that yesterday.
Amazing.
They are huge supporters of TAM and of the local community, and they're going to help us make a great job of remembering all these amazing legends.
Well, thank you to all of the sponsors so far. If you want to become a sponsor of the Tam High Hall of Fame, you can go to tamboosters.com, and you can find the tab on there where you can both purchase tickets for the night that evening's event, as well as make a donation to an exciting to a really exciting thing for the Tam sports program. So here we are, starting the fourth quarter. Tam has a 2-goal lead, yet doesn't seem yet quite comfortable enough at this point. So I'd like to see Tam put a few more goals in the back of the net here.
I think that's exactly right.
So Spencer's back. Alexander keeps it over to Piper Swift. Piper with a strong pass in. Piper sends it to Vari. Vari to Sarah. Sarah, cute, nice little scoop pass. And Piper keeps it in for the Hawks. Centers it. There's a shot opportunity. Oh, but turned away by Convent. Beautiful pass back over to Viron down in the left corner, huh? There's Spencer looking for her shot. Lucy keeps it in. Up to Sarah. Sarah to Viron. And the ball back over to Convent. Okay, so Convent sends it up. And Lucy Lowry is there to defend and keep it in. With respect to the Hall of Fame scopes, are they planning on having inductions every year, or what's the plan in that regard?
Well, I think traditionally in other schools in the district and nearby, it's been every 2 years.
Okay.
It takes a lot of work to put this on. Mm-hmm. And also we want to make sure that that the events themselves feel special. So every 2 years, I think, is the current plan. Of course, because this is our first one, we've got so many worthy candidates. We could probably run them every month, Dave.
Well, I know that this particular what a nice block by the Convent goalie. She spreads it out and blocks it with her right pad. Shots on goal. And another one for Tam. I'm sure the replay will tell us who put it in there for us. But, if they're going to keep knocking, finally they're going to find the back of the net. Do you see who that one was, Scopes?
It looks like it's Piper, so I think that Vari played the ball across to Piper, and then Piper hit a shot, and I don't think it hit any other stick before it went in. We will check.
Beautiful. So back to the Hall of Fame. I know that the list of inductees was carefully considered and vetted, and quite an honor to be.
That was definitely the wrong replay, everybody. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
So we've got right replay.
Sarah's coming out, and in is Josie Stout for the Hawks, who now have a 3-0 lead. Alexander defending. Over to Convent. Convent sends it down to the corner. Back up. There's Alexander looking to clear for the Hawks. Gets it to Spencer. Kick ball. Oh, no. Back to Convent. No, it looks like someone's going to their pocket. Are they looking for a card right now, Scopes? They are. So Spencer got a green card. What was the call there, Scopes?
So Spencer was judged to have not been 5 yards from the ball when the hit was taken, and she just directly went after the ball. So that we said earlier, Tam had already received its warning for that. So no real baddie on Spencer. That's going to happen in a game, and the referee was right to make that call.
Okay. So Spencer will be out for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Finally, a call for Tam.
I mean, I don't understand.
So our former president's wondering how the referee on the far end has such eagle eyes to be able to make all the calls.
The referee closest to the play has not made one.
Yeah. We try to not be critical of the refereeing here in the Hawks Nest. We're just.
Well, it's like watching the umpire.
All right. So.
I actually have tremendous amount of respect for the umpires for field hockey because it's so difficult to make judgments on things like feet, to make judgments on things like back checks, like which stick is really like the offensive offended stick. It's tricky.
And, I was thinking, obviously, it may look easier. This is such a tremendously hard sport to play. To be able to actually be bending over and get the stick on the ball with such an awkward position. This game is a lot harder. I remember having a parent game and trying to participate in that, and just feeling like I was completely and utterly unable to do anything with it.
I would say as a man of a certain age, I would just have trouble with the bending, Dave.
Yeah.
Just that much.
I think I do.
The
Absolutely.
knees or the back.
All of it. All of it. So we've got about 10 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Alexander pulls it back, sends it in. Hawks looking for a few more goals before the end of the game. There's Kalen. And Spencer is coming back in from the sidelines. With those fresh legs, she's able to meet the Convent player. Piper, nice strong pass in. Sends it in. Looks like we have another sub. Coming back in is Paoletti. Zoe sends it back in for the Hawks, but just as quickly taken back by Convent. Alexander looking for a pass. Finds it in Paoletti. Paoletti over to Swift. Piper Swift with a nice strong pass forward. Let's see if Vari can get there before the defender does. And she does. Vari looking for the centering pass. Sends it over to Viron. Nice hustle there by number 13, Josie Stout.
I think that's what we definitely want to see more of that. So when we're coming out the centre of defence, I want to see the ball going out wide more often than straight through. Mm-hmm. It tends to be where we can use the speed that we have on the wings to better advantage.
Okay, so Convent Defended by Townsend. Oh, Townsend loses her feet. There's Alexander. And back over to the Hawks. Coming in now is Layla Hochschild, in for V-Ron. We keep saying V-Ron. That's Veronica Ray. She's the senior left wing for the Hawks.
That's a great turn from Layla. Her first contribution was excellent. Josie gets it across. Ada chasing.
Nice hustle there by Alexander to meet the ball.
Kaylin has such excellent stick work. Really great.
Lowry up to Arwen. Arwen looking for her pass. Chloe battling over in the corner, but the ball given over to Convent. Hochschild. Nice pass in by Vari. Out comes Zoe. In comes number 15, Evan Terry, to the defense. We've got just under 6 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. And it looks like the coaches are going to give some of the other players an opportunity to get in and play here. Okay, so Convent.
Layla Hochschild had a great period of play since coming in. Loads of fight. Great to see that. Dad Hochschild this year manning the scoreboard. Dave's not paying attention. Harris is in the game.
That's our words that were not said often in the 80s.
You've got that JV pennant, Dave.
Two
JV pennant. I'm sorry.
Two scopes. Two.
Dave, did you not announce the substitution?
Yeah, so the substitution to which my friends are referring to is Lila Harris came in for number 16, Kaylin Alexander. Lila, number 7, she's a senior, getting an opportunity to get a few minutes here in the end of the game.
And my understanding is that Grandpa Harris might make might get in before the end of the game too.
Well, if that's the case, that would be we would have an insurmountable lead.
I do believe that field hockey is co-ed in the state of California, so
is it
it's possible?
I know it's popular abroad. Are there active field hockey teams, male field hockey teams in Marin that are playing the Sports Cups?
I do not believe so. As I say, I think club hockey is certainly co-ed, and so quite often these girls, when they go to a tournament, will play up against boys and girls.
Okay. So there's Vari. Vari really hustling all over the field today, having a heck of a game. Vari centers it over, looking for Paoletti. Okay, so Convent with one final push here, looking to, and sends the ball back over to Tam. That's Lucy Lowry. That's Arwen. Up to Hochschild.
That's a good ball over from Layla.
Spencer.
Great play by Spencer, who's going to support Ada, making a break for her.
Looking for people to fill the lanes. Spencer centers it to Paoletti.
She gets it.
Paoletti puts a shot on goal. It's blocked. Ben back over. What's the call there, Scobes?
So the referee called a dangerous lift from Ada when it clearly hit the player's stick and then bounced up. Now that means it's automatically a TAM ball. Like any deflected play is considered uncontrolled and therefore.
Interesting. Well, just as quickly, it's back to the Hawks. That's a foot. So Tam will take it right there at about the 10-yard line. Paoletti sends it in over to over to Vari. Paoletti dribbling. Kept in by Lila Harris. Chloe Arwin looking to center. But Convent's able to clear it. So we're inside of 2 minutes here in the final quarter of the game. And it's the Tamalpais Red Tail Hawks 3, the Convent of the Sacred Heart Cubs, nothing.
That was a really great chase back there from Lila Harris. Managed to get the ball back and get the ball out to Chloe.
Okay. 16 goes down. Oh, looks like it's just
Truly malfunction, I think.
Yep. Okay. Nice to keep it tight here and keep the shutout going.
That's the right play. Well played.
Okay, there's Spencer. Using that speed, goes right, passes the defender. Looking for a pass, centering pass.
Doesn't quite get it.
Lila keeps it in, sends it over to Arwin. Arwin up to Josie, yeah. I think Vari's going to be tired tonight, Scope. She's going to have a nice dinner. She's been out there and she's been all over the field today.
She had a good game. And I would say, so in the twilight of this game, Dave, my mind turns to dinner.
Your mind turns to dinner.
And I'm supposed to organise dinner and have not done that yet. So, thoughts? What do you think the Scobies are going to be ready for?
Well,
I think it's going to be a classic Mill Valley takeout scenario. So.
Well, clearly I would say you're going to have to go with the takeout. At this point in time, there's a few options. Obviously, on your way home, you can pass Super Duper. I find sometimes Super Duper just to take far too long for me these days.
Wow.
And our former president's reminding me to give a plug to Tamil Pie. Tamil Pie, they've got a banner over there at the 10-yard line. So before Derek is able to figure out what the family is going to be doing tonight, let's close this one out here at Sam Chapman Stadium. The score probably doesn't tell the whole story. The final score: the Tamalpais Red Tail Hawks 3. Convent of the Sacred Heart Cubs 0. Scopes, your thoughts on today's varsity action here at Sam Chapman Stadium?
I think they wanted to come out and be more aggressive in their offense. I think they totally did that. I think there are a lot for them to be really pleased about with that. I think you're right. 3 goals feels like on the lighter side, but it's still a very comfortable win against a team that definitely have some skill, and I think they'll be really pleased with that. Defensively, so solid. Lots of variation in attack, lots of energy shown across the field. I think Tam will come out feeling pretty happy with this.
Well, a tip of the hat does need to go out to the Convent of the Sacred Heart defense, and in particular, their junior goalie, Layla Grace Dixon, who turned away dozens, and quite literally dozens of Hawk shots on goal today. And so that needs to be acknowledged. One of the great traditions in field hockey, the goalies first meeting at the center, and then the good sportsmanship being shown by both sides as they go through the line and tap the sticks, acknowledging jobs well done on both sides.
All right. Well, it's been fun, Dave. Let's do it again soon.
Well, I'd love to, Scope. So Tam goes to 5-1-2. Sacred Heart drops to 2-4-1. Tam will be back here on Friday at 4 p.m. against University, and University has a good program. So please make sure that you come join us either here at Sam Chapman Stadium or on TamTV. What a wonderfully fun afternoon to have this presidential lineage that we did have here in the Hawks Nest. Darren, thank you for coming up and joining us. And Derek, thank you for taking the reins from him.
All right. Peace out.
All right. So on behalf of my